Guys, welcome back to this channel. If this is your first time here, we are your one-shop plug for everything entertainment and happening across the globe. Guys, this video is a very solemn one because as much as we are rejoicing with people, we've also mourned with a number of people in the course of the year, and we are not even halfway through the year 2026. And this sort of, I don't know, for whatever reason, it's taking me to 2023, 2024, when we were losing a lot of our celebrities and we were asking questions like, what is happening, right? Now, since January of 2026, we've lost a number of giants in the entertainment scene. Not just actors, we've lost some singers also, we've lost skit makers, content creators to several circumstances, right? So this video is dedicated to these guys, and we're just looking at some of our faves who have passed unexpectedly in the year 2026. And like I said, it has started happening since January. So I will not waste time and just start from the person whose death still shocks a lot of us. Because prior to the announcement of her passing, right, we had seen videos, let me put it that way, we had seen videos of this person, of this woman in a prayer situation, people praying for her healing, and it seemed like things were picking up for her. But suddenly we heard that she passed because of the same issue she was treating and the same thing that they were praying for her, they were praying against her back then. And that is Bumi Akinu Adui. She passed on the 28th of January 2026 as a result of complications from some sort of leg issues. Now, they didn't give a particular name for whatever the issue was that eventually took this beautiful woman, but we know that she had some issues with her leg. Her leg was swollen and things like that, and then she eventually passed away. She was quite young. She was in her late 40s when she eventually passed. She was 45 years old when she passed. She was born on the 19th of November in the year 1979, which is, it's sad. Her body was buried. No, she died on the 12th of January, excuse me. She died on the 12th of January 2026, but she was buried on the 28th of January 2026. Please note, died on the 12th, buried on the 28th. She was born on the 19th of November. Do you understand now? Yeah. And passing, or the situation surrounding her burial and interment, was also something that we are not supposed to be proud to share, right? Because of the controversies and issues that happened at our graveside. Her ex-husband's family and the children and her family and all of those things had some sort of issues concerning her burial, especially with the Christian singers, gospel singers like myself, who wanted to be actively involved in her burial, but unfortunately that could not happen. They had to back down and let family take over and all of those things. But regardless of it all, we still mourn the passing of Omiji Ojumi. That is what she's popularly referred to as. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about Omiji Ojumi, following, which is like the title of one of our best songs ever. Yes, Omiji Ojumi, yeah, that woman unfortunately passed on. Another person is Ani Aara. Ani Aara passed in February of 2026, on the 5th of February. Now, our situation is also quite sad. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a very solemn video because some of the people that passed, the situation surrounding, so circumstances surrounding their passing is sort of, should I say controversial now? I don't know I don't think if controversial is the right word, but it's sort of sad, right? Now, this lady battled liver illness as a result of some pregnancy related complications, or maybe it was the liver illness that caused the pregnancy complications, or maybe it was pregnancy complications that caused the liver illness. can't really tell. But apparently she had been bedridden, had been in the hospital for a while, and our colleagues had been donating money, trying to find a way to, take care of her and also take care of the baby, and just to ensure that she stayed. But unfortunately, she still passed, and the baby alongside her, which is terrible news, to lose mother and child. This is also somebody who in her lifetime had lost a child before, right? She's physically challenged. So it seemed like there is no reason why she should be pregnant, but apparently she really wanted to be a mother, especially because she had been able to successfully give birth before the child passed on and all of those things, right? We pray that God continues to rest the soul of Ani Aara. Another person who passed in the year is Taiw Adegbodu. This one also was sudden. Sometimes some of these people just happen. Yeah, they might have been battling illnesses and stuff, but it's something that a lot of persons, if you go old, they would come out of. But unfortunately, it took them. Now, for Taiw Adegbodu was not ill per se. He wasn't ill. He just, according to the brother, the twin brother, Kehinde Adegbodu, who during one of the condolence visits by some of their colleagues shared what happened before he passed, said it was in the night. They had retired for bed because the twin lived together with their families, right, in the same apartment, the same house. So they had all said their good nights and whatnot. But then Taiwo came up much later to say, boy, I'm not feeling too good. I had chest issues, and so they drove to the hospital. He said it was even Taiwo that drove himself to the hospital, right? They got to the hospital, but he got to the hospital. You understand? He passed in the hospital. He got to the hospital after the old chest complaint, and he passed a few minutes after. And it's just like, how? You understand? Somebody that drove themselves over there only to not return, to pass. And it's since been buried. Taiwo has come out to share, Kehinde has come out to share that even after the burial of the young man, people still try to rob them. And that's what I'm saying, like, why? Even after these people died, it's like at the end of their life, there's still something controversial that happened, or do you understand? Even though the circumstances for most of them that surround their death is nothing to write home about. It's just really sad. Now, another person who passed on from also some chest-related complication is Solomon Akesi. This man is from Edo State, and he was 66 years old. This is like the oldest in all of this, because Taiwo was actually 40 something also. Excuse me, it was 45 also, I think, when he passed, right? So another person who seemed like the oldest is this Mr. Solomon, and he passed in his home in Abuja on the 26th of April 2026. Now for Mr. Solomon also complained of severe chest pain. So he went to the hospital, but this man returned home because he got to the hospital and they were like, oh, this, what you're experiencing seems like ulcer symptoms. So they treated him for ulcer and all of those things, and he returned home, and then he slept, said his good night and whatnot. But the next morning, when they went to get him, his family met him unresponsive. Quite sad, such a sad situation. His family met him unresponsive in their home. I mean, in his home, when they went to check on him the next day, he had passed. Bearing in mind that he had complaints of some severe chest pain the night before. So they attributed it to say, oh, maybe he passed in his sleep. Yeah, sure. But maybe as a result of the chest issues he complained about, and then the hospital treated him for ulcer, but did not get to the root cause. Apparently, did not get to the root cause of what the issue was for him to have passed. Do you understand? So it's quite sad that, that happened. Someone else that passed recently, and people are still, personally, I don't think I will be over it, is Alex Eub. But sometimes I'm just doing mundane things and I just wonder, oh my God, Alex is no longer here. Because when this man went off social media back in 2024, a lot of persons had different speculations. Oh, it was because of the field engagement. And then we come to find out that he was actually married, like he later married, So there's speculations, oh, is this one? It was in the, because before he went off social media, 2021, 2022 wasn't really nice for him, for his image, basically, online image, because people had different things to tell concerning his sexuality, concerning his marriage, concerning this, concerning that. It was a lot. So it was understandable when he went off. I'm like, oh, he just went offline to maybe get himself and stuff. But then he didn't come back online. People began to ask questions. What was going on? Why is this man not back online? And then it was reported that, oh, he was battling a certain illness. But because none of his colleagues, none of his close friends said anything, even he himself didn't say nothing, right? And even the hospital, or not, sometimes some of these nurses and people that are treating our sick persons will come online, especially the popular ones, we just drop with some anonymous tip for some blogger to say, oh, this person is receiving treatment here, but nothing of that happened. So he dealt with his illness very privately. It wasn't until his passing on the 11th of May 2026 that we found out that Alex Eub was battling with some form of severe kidney cancer, metastatic cancer, that's like an advanced stage of cancer where it was no longer localized to the kidney. The tumor might have started in the kidney, but it had spread to other parts of his body by the time it was detected. And so they can't necessarily perform surgery to say they want to take out the tumor in one part because that spread. And all of that's basically what happened with him. And so he lost the battle. He lost the battle to kidney cancer, and he passed at the age of 40. His birthday was in April. He passed like a month after his birthday. His birthday was 10th of April. He passed on the 11th of May, and he had been in coma before then, before he eventually passed. He went into coma, and it was when he went into coma that his family now then informed, according to reports, so his friends did not even know. So then when he went to coma that his family now informed some of his very close friends that, oh, this is what has happened, though. He's in the hospital, blah, blah, blah. So they went to check on him, and by the time they got there, they were met with the news that, oh, Alex had eventually passed on, which is quite sad. Now, I want to mention somebody honorarily, and that is Allwell Ad, who we lost on this 27th of December 2025, because her seemed like somebody was going to see the new year, but unfortunately it did not happen because she passed out in her home. And according to some people, it seemed like it was some heart attack or heart related complications that happened with her, and then she passed. And then by the time they could try and open her door and force their way into entering her home and all of those things, it was past our body they met. By the time they got to the hospital, she was already certified dead. So there was nothing they could do. And our colleagues, afterwards have earlier in the year, in January 2026, they celebrated her life, and her body was, laid to the ground, which is quite sad. I just needed to mention that because it seemed like has happened. You understand? 27, she had done Christmas, she had celebrated, she had plans for the new year, and she even had a movie that was supposed to come out in the new year, but she did not stay to see the end of that happen. To see that happen, or even the end of the year, which is quite sad. But yeah, guys, I think I've exhausted my list of some of the notable persons that we have lost in the year 2026. I would like for you in the comment section to mention if there is somebody that I missed out, or somebody whose story is not complete in your opinion. You can let me know in the comment section. We pray that we don't experience more of this in the year, and we'll get more good news, celebratory situations, of course. And I know that if that happens, when that happens, we will be your very first blog to let you know about it, right? So subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss updates containing things like that when we have them for your viewing pleasure, what your celebrities and your faves are up to on social media, what they are doing on the internet. We will let you know all about that, right? So subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that. Like this video if you enjoyed it, share family and friends, and drop your comments in the comment section. Drop your thoughts and your opinions there. I will be seeing you in the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and bye.